All right, good morning, second grade students. Today for language arts, we are now going to be combining sentences with subjects and predicates. So today we're going to be looking at an IXL example that you might see. All right, so our question is going to look like this. So these are kind of the ones that we've been seeing in our lessons the last couple of days. So it's going to say, read the two sentences, and then we want to combine the two sentences into one. So these sentences are going to be combining the subjects and the predicates together, all into one sentence. So our two sentences are, Max will paint the house, Robert will paint the house. And now we want to combine these two sentences into one. So remember, we always want to look for capitalized first words in the boxes down here because those can help us with putting these together. So let's look at some key ideas here. So when you write, you can sometimes combine two short sentences together to make a longer sentence. Combining sentences can make your writing more interesting. Sentences are more interesting when they have different lengths. They are also more interesting when they don't use the same words over and over. And then remember that every sentence has a subject and a predicate. The subject tells who or what is doing something, and the predicate tells what the subject is doing. So remember, to have a complete sentence, you have to have a subject and a predicate. They can't stand alone. So when two sentences have the same predicate, you can combine them. Use the word "and" to join the subjects. Then you can add the predicate. So some examples are, Ed likes cooking. Meg likes cooking. So instead of having those two very short sentences that are saying basically the same thing with a different subject, we can say that Ed and Meg like cooking. And then when two sentences have the same subject, you can combine them too. So start with the subject, then use the word "and" to join the predicates. So we have Tim sings, Tim dances around. And we can combine those to say Tim sings and dances around. All right, so now let's look at our solution here. So look at the two sentences. Find the subjects and predicates. So Max will paint the house and Robert will paint the house. There are two different subjects, Max and Robert, so join the subjects with the word "and." So we're going to do that first. So Max and Robert, and then we can complete the sentence with the predicate, which was will paint the house. So we have Max and Robert is the subject, and then our predicate is will paint the house. So here you can put the subjects in any order. So we could say Max and Robert will paint the house, or we could say Robert and Max will paint the house. Either way still makes the sentence correct. All right, so let's look at one last IXL example here. So again, we're going to read the two sentences and then combine the two sentences into one. So we have Bert builds toy planes, Jacob builds toy planes. So we know that the builds toy planes is the same predicate for both sentences. Bert is the subject in this sentence, Jacob is the subject in this sentence, and then again, builds toy planes is our predicate because the word builds is our verb. So now we can combine the two sentences into one long sentence. So again, we want to look for words that are capitalized. We see Jacob and Bert are both capitalized. And just like we saw on the last slide, it doesn't matter which name goes first. So we could say Bert and Jacob build toy planes, period. Or we can say Jacob and Bert build toy planes, period. So here, this one just shows Bert and Jacob, but if you put Jacob first and then Bert, it will still be correct. All right, and that is our language arts lesson for today.